I'm curious as we watch this unfold, are Russian officials doing a happy dance and are our European allies running for cover?
Well, first on the Europeans, because I just got back from Munich. The whole conference, right? Remember, this is a conference of prime ministers, presidents, foreign ministers, defense ministers. It's the premier European security conference. Goes back decades, and this is always about the transatlantic partnership, right? It used to be called Verkunda. And after the vice president delivered his remarks, it was just complete shock. Every European I saw, people talked about, this is the end of the transatlantic partnership. Usually, especially at the beginning of new administrations, it is customary. Actually, it's customary even for the vice president, by the way, to come and give the kind of first big speech about what will be American foreign policy in the new era. So that's what everybody was waiting for. What is Trump 2 going to do in the world? He didn't mention Russia. He didn't mention China, barely. I don't think he actually even once mentioned Ukraine, let alone Gaza, let alone all the other kind of international security issues. What he did instead is he gave our European allies a lecture about how their democracies are not performing. And in particularly focused on two issues: immigration and censorship, because those are two issues that his party here in the United States are focused on. And then he found some anecdotal things where there have been things that are of concern to him in various countries in Europe, various democratic countries, various allies of the United States of America. And I want to be clear, that's okay. We should be concerned about some of these things. That they canceled a presidential election in Romania, that deserves attention. But to not say anything about these other issues, to claim erroneously, in my view, that democracy in Europe is a greater threat to the continent than Russia or China, when I'm sitting in the room, literally sitting in the room with Ukrainians, they are Europeans too. That was just an outrageous speech that just missed his mark. The whole continent, and most certainly the entire Munich Security Conference, was watching and focusing on alleged problems with democracy in places like Great Britain and other old established liberal democracies. He never once mentioned Belarus, it's a European country, and he never once mentioned these kinds of abuses inside Russia.